Hi, everyone. It's Linda G coming to you from cloudy Northern California. I got to do my prayers earlier today. Got my got my cup of tea, and I had taped Saturday Night Live. I used to be a big Saturday Night Live fan, but I've noticed more and more because I'm old. I don't know the people that they have on there anymore. I have no clue who they are. Um, Sometimes I've had funny guests. There was one on. I wanted to watch it because some actor was playing Cash Patel, and he was pretty funny. But they had Ortega or something. She's a singer and I guess an actress. She did a really good job. But she had a funny couple of skits that I actually laughed at. She's a singer too, but her music. She's a good singer, but I wasn't into the music. So anyway, enough about me. What do you think of me? So, I wanted to answer some questions. God, my hair is natty. Um, the first question that I got was, when will Stephen Miller get the axe? Thank you, by the way, knowledge. I'm not seeing Stephen Miller getting the axe until Trump is gone or going. And that's when I see Stephen Miller walking the plank. Trump might already be gone when he has to go before a tribunal of some sort. I see that. Okay? Who hired the correspondence dinner shooter? I don't think anyone hired him. I feel like he worked on his own. They're saying it was fake, but I feel like he did this on his own. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting. I knew the Butler one was a fraud, but this one I'm not quite sure. There's so many different. We can't hardly trust anything in media. They keep changing their minds about stuff. Oops. So, okay. What is going to happen now that the Supreme Court has all but destroyed voting rights? Well, first of all, whatever they did with this last thing opened up the path wide open that Democrats can now do the same thing, pert near closing all Republican seats. And, in the old days, they'd say, well, we can't do that, but they will do that. They're going to give them a what for. And all of this will change because all of these fraudulent Supreme Court justices will be put to task. They'll be taken out. There will be terms of becoming a justice. You can't do lifetime. I see that. Might be years. I see within 10 years they're getting rid of most of these people. As soon as I just got a hit. As soon as the Democrats, the blue wave hits, okay, I see them immediately starting to subpoena the Supreme Court justices to come and talk to Congress or whatever. But then I see someone like Thomas saying, bah humbug, I'm out of here, which is fine. And then I guess Trump has the ability, if he's still president, to put in another justice. But I don't see enough Senate to vote for who he chooses. They might just keep that seat wide open. I just saw that. I don't know why I saw it, but I just saw it. Okay. Once our economy tanks, Rhonda says, to its lowest level under this regime, how long will it take the U.S. to recover? I don't want to blow sunshine up your rears if I don't see it. And I do see this not lasting as bad as the Depression and how long it took. And thank God we had President Roosevelt who came in, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and made those deals with the bank. And don't forget, the Supreme Court tried to fool with him, and he said, you know what? I think I'll go ahead and pack the Supreme Court because I really need Medicare and all these banking things and stuff. I need this stuff. Because they kept trying to turn it over. And then all of a sudden they started agreeing with him on everything. So let's see. Hold on. I also get pictures, don't forget. And thank you, you guys. I got a whole bunch of cards and wonderful things from you for my Lulu. Some people sent a little cash, which I'm going to give to the, I don't know why I'm way up in the air here. That they're going to give to the rescue. I like horses too, so. Okay, here we go. How long will it take for us to recover? I feel significantly quicker than, see, here's the sun. We're going to clean it out. There'll be some new beginnings here. Considering things that are going on, we're holding up pretty big. When the new president comes in, he's going to have another woman taking care of finances. I wonder, sort of like Warner was. Listen, a lot of these oldies but goodies, they're about ready to be exited. Anybody that took money from Israel is getting ready to be exited. Israel's going to turn into a nation that's way better than this other guy that's in there, Netanyahu. I definitely told you I see a woman and she's bringing peace and stability. We're going to be down for a little bit. Maybe 4 years total, you guys. Maybe 4 years total. Hey, did you hear a couple of people died on a cruise? There's some cruise. It wasn't, I think it was a U.S. boat, but it was like overseas. And norovirus or something like that. But 2 people have died on that ship. So, whew, I tell you, I don't like cruises. I never have. I don't like being condensed in one area. Okay. Oh, fabulous woman. My family is suffering so much in Cuba. Trump said today that he's going to take over the island shortly. What do you see happening to my homeland? Let me tell you something fabulous. Let's look real quick. He may go in there and act like he's going to take over. I see the military having a problem with going after a country that's doing nothing to us. It's one thing if they were aggressive to us, but why are you going after Cuba when they're doing nothing to us? I just heard that. He's always acting. Did you hear that picture he had with him and Prince Charles he posted? And he said 2 kings? He wishes. Give me a picture if you can. Cuba. Ooh, I see Cuba back on board, being a destination people want to go to. They're very weak right now. The world comes in to help them. I think I said that before. I see other nations saying to Trump, oh, hell no. You leave them alone. They're throwing money at it. Cuba's in a stuck position, but thanks to Mexico and stuff, they're able to, you know, live. People are going to be furious at Trump if he does this. It's even saying just keep your wishes for them because things are going to work out for them. Maybe even by May of next year, they should be back on track. They have the angel of light holding on to them. I don't want you to worry because there's no like drama. There's no tower. There's no military thing here. It's showing them being stuck though. It shows them being stuck, but don't you worry, they're going to be okay. God bless Cuba. Kathy said, I just heard a group of my senior neighbors talking about how exhausting Trump and the Republicans are making everyone. Isn't that the truth? And Trump has been exhausting us forever. Even when Biden was president, he wouldn't shut up. And he was calling into his people in Congress and telling them not to vote for Trump's or for Biden's, border policies. When you had Republicans working on it, no, shut it down. And and he kept bugging Biden, why don't you just step down because I'm ready to go. And thank you, Biden, you didn't step down. Well, the governor of Louisiana, I see him trying to stop it, but here's my hit. The governor of Louisiana won't be able to stop voting. That's what I just heard. Will the Iran war come to an end soon? This is from Roy. The Iran war come to an end soon. We'll see. I'm not seeing either side. I'm even seeing the Iranians wanting to keep bombing Israel. Like they're using this as an excuse. They say, yeah, we're coming to a conclusion, and they can, and so does Trump. He continues hitting places. More war is going on, but it's getting ready to reverse. Well, it's got about 7 shows. Here's Victory After Burden. There's still more fighting going on, and there's some sort of money situation, money being pocketed. And it could even be the world coming to some sort of justice. They might tell the U.S., get your nose out of Iran. Some sort of court thing could come up. It's a shame. Iran used to be such a great place. Women could wear slacks, and they had such a great, and then all of a sudden that religious sect came in and started killing people just because they didn't like the way they looked. They're under a terrible regime, you guys, but, it's up to them to take care of it. I hate to say, but it is up to them. And these poor kids, I'm getting letters all the time from people whose children are out at sea or getting ready to fly in, and they said that they can't speak to anyone. You can't get any information. That hedgehog's got to go. Before Stephen Miller goes, we're going to have Hedgehog and Patel going. So 7, it's showing 7. That could mean Victory After Burden could mean July of this year or July of next year. Are the banks going to require a passport or birth certificate for ID to access? I don't see that happening. I know they have to report if you put a lot of money in or take a lot of money out. I see you might need to use your passport in order to open an account. But let me ask you something. Don't you have to have a birth certificate to get a passport? So I don't understand. I know to get the California ID, or the one that they want everybody to have, I had to bring my boys' birth certificates, my birth certificate. They wanted everything. Oh, this is Cindy. What did King Charles think of Donnie during the visit? Did Donnie catch any of the slaps Charles' speech directed? Let me tell you something. I don't think he did. I think that his people, because he can't pay attention, he can't pay attention. So I think his people said, "Oh, the speech was great, sir. It was all about you." And he's like proud. Because he wouldn't have stood all proud about him if he knew what the guy was saying. But Charles gave him a what for. I loved it. So, listen, and then he went to his Dorel thing, and nobody was there. He's starting to notice that the crowds aren't showing up, you guys. Let's just see how he's looking right now. And they say he's in a terrible mood. And they said he had a dentist appointment. He had to rush out. But here's the deal. The White House has its own dentist. Ever since some president, they have everything you need as for a dentist in there. So he didn't have to go away to a dentist. So let's check out what that was about. Tell me. How's he feeling? How's old, And listen, James Carville did he's not that good looking. And then when he does that squinchy face that he's so mad, it makes him look worse. And he said, yeah, I got Trump derangement, syndrome. And I want more of it because I can't stand that SOB. And he was swearing like a pig, which isn't proper for a Southern man. And he was just going on about how much he hates him and listen, you guys, I understand this. Because sometimes when you hear what he's saying or doing, you just want to spit nails. But what does it do for you? What exactly does that do? James Carville needs to just be on it, get people to vote, talk about what we have to do to change this. If you sit in that anger, then it gives him the power. Don't give him any power. If you want to really treat him a lesson, don't even talk about him anymore. Don't pay attention to the media when they talk about him. Just shut it off. Turn it off. Maybe I'll start a thing now. Turn it off. Don't listen to media about him, because that's how they make their money. As you know, as much as I love a lot of these places, that's how they make their money, is because maybe even they were wishing Trump would get back in, because they're not going to make any money off of Kamala, because she would do her job. But, like the guides told me, he had to win so people could see his people could see who he really was. So how is Trump feeling? When you get all angry like that, and listen, in my life, I've been angry at certain people and situations. And when you look at it physically, it does nothing for you. It makes you sick. Justice will come. He's scared of the justice that's coming, okay? He's looking for ways to cash in the checks. He's raking his own rewards, which are negative, upside down. Swiftness, with the angel of light sitting here saying, okay, come on, we're going to get the ball rolling. He's a fool. This is the military that he acts like are his homeboys. They can't stand him. I would say, here's a guy that could have done so much. He could have been a contender. But instead, he's chosen a path that's just terrible. And he's ruined it for himself. He just can't seem to get out of this, you guys. He's ruined it for himself. Even by October, this could be October, it's like bad news. And remember I told you, just wait for it. Well, it's starting to happen now. Look at who he is now comparatively when he first came in. I'm going to get so-and-so back. I'm going to do this and that. That guy that's kissing the ring said, yeah, well, we got Comey. We got more charges. Comey's walking away from that. He's not going to be able to do a doggone thing. So I don't want you guys, I'm not a Comey fan, actually. But I don't see him being able to get this. Todd, what's his name? Anyway, the guy that's kissing the ring. And Trump's not going to get anybody in trouble. And you try to sue that lady that sued him for $84 million for assault, and he tried to get that tossed out, and it's not. He's got to pay her. But she's not going to be able to really jump in until he's out of office or he's DOA. Okay. Oh, what did King Charles think of Donnie? I was going to answer that. They say he's... I even see Kamala. Not Kamala. What's her name? Camilla. I even see her thinking he's... When he went past her to shake his own administration's hand, they were standing there to shake the Queen Ducent, or whatever her name is, the Queen. I said this out loud before, and I'll say it again. Did you notice she looks better? I don't know if she had a little lift. Her lips look fuller. But she actually looked a little better, a little softer or something. But Charles, that speech was magnificent, but he cut them off. Oh my God. But did you guys ever see that movie, A Fish Called Wanda? And that guy said, if it wasn't for the United States, you guys would be speaking German. Anyway, they're very, very particular about protocol, and proper. You have to be proper, and you have protocol. And I find it funny. But that's who they are. They go by tradition. They're very good like that. And he just doesn't follow any... The way he bumped the Queen when she was walking down with her military, and he stood in front of her, and she's wearing the Obama brooch. And then he tells the United States, hey, listen, she told me to the side. She told me that I am the best president she's ever met, ever. And she's met a lot of presidents. And everybody's sitting there knowing he's lying. He's lying. He's lying while he's breathing, you guys. So anyway, so what did he think of him? He thinks he's a big blow-up. He really wanted to keep things on an even keel. I guess he got the president to take tariffs off Scotch whiskey, which I guess is something. But why is he still doing tariffs? The Supreme Court just said it's not legal. He don't listen. He's about ready to go down. I love the fact that his golf course had nobody. This is beautiful, you guys. This is what we've been waiting for. Wait for more. He's not really going to be able to go anywhere because he's so despised. But don't forget, we can't say, oh, I hope he, trips over his own tie. But we have to know vibrationally that we only want him well-being. We do not need all that chaos. And so Charles thinks he's a putz. And there's a lot of stupid things Trump said. Somebody, a lip reader, said that he was telling Charles, Putin really wants to just destroy Ukraine. And Charles said, I don't want to talk about this right now. Ukraine's going to win. Okay. Is William Barr going to be called to give evidence on the Epstein files? William Barr will be called to give evidence, but it won't be till Trump's gone. He's not as president anymore. Ooh, what's up with Bondi having a recording of Melania? Looks like she's going to reveal something. I haven't heard of this. I don't know anything about this. Hold on, there was a reply. Somebody said, God, I hope so. Does Bondi have a recording of Melania? All the truth is coming out. I don't want you guys to worry about it. The truth is coming out. She's trying to end something. Be stupid of her to go out there and lie. Melania wouldn't give any true confessions on tape. She may reveal like she's acting like she's giving them something, but what it feels like, it's just her saying like she said to the American people, I don't know him. I have no clue who he is. I never was friends with him. That could be, because she doesn't have any problem lying on tape. I'm not feeling like it's a big reveal. Will Donald Trump Jr., Eric, Ivanka, and Jared get to keep all the money? Hell no. Jared's going to jail. You better get his little dancing card, because it's going to be filled. They're all, except Ivanka's not going to jail, but they will take everything. I saw Mar-a-Lago being pieced down so they could sell it bit in pieces. I hope I live to see that. And New Mexico, Epstein Commission reveal any bodies? I see them revealing bodies. This is all coming out, you guys. Yeah, the Supreme Court, what happens to them after voting rights? They're about ready to go down. This too shall pass, you guys. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, which 2 of the judges were put in by Trump, banned mailing prescriptions. Don't worry, this will all change. Just let them think they got something. Right now, anything that's going to happen will be reversed. Oh, well, I haven't looked at this. Do you see Tom Cotton and Sarah Huckabee losing midterms? Arkansas is really red, though. Let's look at Tom Cotton. Hey! I've got a bird out there trying to eat my fence. Do you see Tom Cotton? It's really like overcast, just sort of flatline down here. Earthquake weather. Tom Cotton, are you going to... Oh, it looks like a female will win. Is there another female running against Tom Cotton? Let me look real quick. Sorry, you guys. Let me just look real quick. Who is running against Tom Cotton? A Democrat. It's a female Democrat. Farmer and business owner. Okay. So this says a female. Her name's Haley. She's young looking. She worked alongside her parents in their family farm. You know, that's the one thing about Arkansas. They like hard workers. I mean, she's right there. Could she possibly win? He's upside down. And it's going to blow the Republicans away. I wouldn't doubt if he doesn't get... Now, let's look at Hutchinson. But here's the woman that's going to win. Let's look at Hutchinson. Sarah Huckabee. Sorry, not Hutchinson. Let's look at Sarah Huckabee. Sarah, you're going to win. I got a lot of questions here, so we got a lot of stuff we can do for the next couple of days. I'll be on with Mel tomorrow. Sarah Huckabee, are you going to win as governor? People are always saying she got her with her dresses. She dresses, I think it's a little country looking. I really don't have any right to make any fashion statement because I'm not a fashion person. But they always like to make fun of her Kmart specials. Nothing wrong with Kmart. Okay. Sarah, are you going to win? I just want to know. Guys, we don't want to make fun of her. We just want to know. Is she going to win? There might be a challenge where it could be close. Yeah, she's gonna win. But Tom Cotton ain't. Hell yeah. Crazy Kentuckian here. Republican candidates to take Moscow Mitch seats are running vicious campaigns against each other. Is there a chance we could elect a Democrat? But I thought Mitch made it so only a Republican could run. No, that's if he leaves early. Okay. Let's look at Mitch McConnell's seat. Is it possible that a Democrat could win Mitch McConnell's seat? Is it possible a Democrat could win Mitch's seat? Because people are really, let me tell you, remember what I told you? It's going to get so bad in the world and economically that I see people just going blue, straight blue, even if they were red, because they don't want anything to do with Republicans. There's a lot of infighting going on. Even Mitch McConnell's asking Trump, where's that billions of dollars we gave you for your war? No. Damn it. No, it'll be another Republican. Yeah, but they'll get choked up. They'll be drowning in that blue sea. Hell yeah. Better get your fishing rod. Oh, let's look at Germany. So anything about Trump pulling all these men out of Germany? God, for years, I had a friend who worked at my hospital, who's her and her husband, they had a son, and they lived on the base in Germany. She loved Germany. Germany is very clean, got some great food. Pulling troops out of Germany. I see the German bases opening back up, but it'll be when the new president comes in. So don't even worry. I don't even need to keep. They just showed it to me. A family in Prior Lake, Minnesota has been charged with assaulting a Turning Point reporter. What do you think outcome of the case will be? I see agitators involved, and I see that it's not much. They're making it. It's like they say we're gonna put you behind bars. We're putting you this and that, and then you end up watching the tape, and it was a nothing burger. I think Javier Becerra will be the next governor of California. Did you see that very thin man from San Jose, the mayor? Kind of light-spoken. There was a big report. Of course, this could be all hearsay, so, entertainment purposes only. Apparently, they said he's like the John Fetterman. Like, he comes off like he's for people, but he actually is in the pockets of the out there in San Jose where Zuckerberg and all those people, like he's in their pockets. So he's like the what do you call horse? That whatever that wood horse that came in. So, and I believe it because there's something about him I've never liked, but he's not going to win. Patricia, I believe it's somebody. She heard somewhere that Trump would hide out in his remodeled bunker rather than concede. Listen, they would cement it, put cement on top of it so he can't leave, and then build up around it and have a whole new administration. Just leave him down there. Just cement it up. Or they'll take a bomb and blow it up and get him out of there. I don't want you to worry about that. That's no big deal. How will the 2027 federal law affect the new car sales? I read this was passed in 2021 under the Biden administration, and it's supposed to discourage people from driving impaired. Okay. The AI monitoring system, or it's like our lady that runs our education department, the A1 monitoring system will shut down the car if it detects a driver intoxicated, angry, or distracted. I have not heard one word about that. That's a little bit overboard. But I will tell you, I have a Lexus. It's a year and a half old or something. Top-notch car. I lease it, because I can get a tax benefit. And that sucker, I got so sick and tired. It had all the bells and whistles, but I pretty much managed to shut off everything. I told my son today, listen, when that lease is up, September of next year, 27, I'm buying a car. I'd rather have a Toyota Corolla. I do not want any fancy schmancy. You know what the doggone thing would say to me? You keep looking away or you look distracted. Or, stop and get a cup of coffee. Oh, hell no. I'm like, who are you talking to? It was constantly telling me what to do. So I was like, oh no. I told my son, get this crap. I went down to Fremont. I said, get this crap. Well, I don't need someone telling me how I'm looking. They put all kinds of bells and whistles in there so they can keep an eye on you. I'm like, oh, hell to the no. And I told my son, here's the deal. I'm going on 73. I really don't drive that much anymore. I'm going to go see a good girlfriend on Tuesday. I haven't seen her forever. It's only going to cost me $60 for the gas. But it's worth it because I haven't seen her. And she's about an hour away. And that's big for me to drive that far. And, I go to my sister's when I take a flight, and we have a service, airport service, that we love, and they're very reasonably priced, and they take us to the airport. That's how to roll, if you can get a little extra change. But I'm old, and I don't like driving at night, although I will if I need to. But I just don't drive enough, so it doesn't matter if I have a used car in my driveway. Doesn't matter because I don't use even that. You know how many miles that Lexus has? And I bought it a year, and this September will be 2 years. It's got 7,000 miles. And I could have up to 30 or 40, I can't remember. I ain't going to have that much on it. But the battery went dead. The 20 volt went dead, I told you guys that story. I got locked in the car. I couldn't get out. I didn't know how to get out. I had to call Lexus. I thought I was going to have to call the fire department, come break the window and get me the hell out of there. And then I worried because I didn't have a stitch of makeup on. So how could I possibly call the fire department, let them see me in this mess? So anyway, he came out, and it was the 20 volt, and it had to be replaced. And that car probably had the same, a little less, 7,000 miles. And the 20 volt went out. This is a hell of expensive car, and the 20 volt went out. Well, you probably don't drive enough. F you, I shouldn't have to drive it enough. Driving enough so you all can make money? One time I had a car that I drove enough when I used to work at Angel Heart, and they charged me, $7,000 for over mileage. And I still leased another car from them. They didn't give me credit for that. I still had to pay them. Oh, hell no. People are talking about food shortages. Let me tell you something real quick. I went on Costco on, my Instacart. I like to order because then I don't have to pick up cases. When I need cases of stuff, they bring it. They don't have laundry pods anymore. Totally out. I looked for different things, and they just don't have. They didn't have eggs. I was like, whoa. So then I checked like Safeway and Lucky's, and they had eggs. And they had the laundry pods, but they didn't have the nice big Costco size because I share with my son. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but yeah, there will be significant supplies. My son and I were talking about this morning, and I remember when we went into shutdown from COVID, there was chicken. Remember, it was like $18 for a packet of chicken breasts? And I looked at it, I said, shit, we'll just eat string beans and cheese soup. Shoot, I ain't going to pay all that money. And so I noticed people weren't buying the chicken. And they were piling up. There was a lot of chicken. Suddenly, the price went falling down. And you know, it's at an even rate. It's not empty anymore. Just like with the eggs used to be gone. Gone, baby, gone. But I refused to buy. I would go to the flea market. You could get fresh eggs from around the farms out there and for a song. But now, there's always eggs. So I do see a little bit of a shortage, you guys. Definitely. There'll be some shipping issues. I definitely see. But you know what? Get your spaghetti, your pasta. I have tons of boxes of pasta because you can always cook up some spaghetti. If you got any pasta sauce, or if it's too expensive, just use ketchup. Shoot, put a little garlic on it. Sorry. I was just thinking, my friend Dan is a real Italian. He knows his food. I sent him this thing from YouTube of these two little ladies that are men dressed up like little Italian women holding their spoons. And this woman says, I'm going to show you guys how to cook a spaghetti. And they're like, oh, look, she cooked the spaghetti. And so she got this big pot boiling, and she takes ground beef and she throws it in the pot of boiling water. And they're like, what? And then she puts, I can't remember, a little garlic and stuff. And then she takes the pasta and throws it in the pot of water. And then she stirs it, drains it, and then throws the canned pasta sauce on. Those women, those men dressed as women did this whole, like they were passing out. The one's wig went sideways. Oh! But, you know, if you're poor, you just put some ketchup. And ketchup is expensive, too. GOP significantly overperformed in Chambers County, Texas, which has a reputation of corruption. Was it a test run for cheating in November? Absolutely. You're going to have cheating still, but more so at like Texas and Florida and stuff. You know, I've told you guys this before, but Ron DeSantis is going down. I heard that he's bugging Trump for something. Even if Trump gave him something, Trump is going down. So DeSantis, because I see DeSantis colliding. It's not going to be very good. Okay. There's going to be tons of leaks. Somebody just said, do you see any more leaks with whistleblowers? There's so many leaks coming, you guys, because people are sick and tired of Trump, and they will do what they can do. They're too afraid to stand before the camera, but they will leak. Jill said, Linda, I can't take it anymore. Honey, trust me. Take a deep breath. Know that we'll get through this, because they said man has free will. His people need to see how bad he really is. And his people, when these news media, I'm talking ABC, CBS, when they're down at the pump and they're talking to people, and a lot of them are Trumpsters, said, that SOB, I feel really bad I ever voted for him. I mean, it's almost $7 a gallon right now. People are filling up their tank, $80, $90, you know, and they got to go to work. I'm new to the state of North Dakota, and I'm alarmed at all the nuclear missile launch pads around the area. Will we be safe? Heidi, yes, you will, sweetheart. Definitely, and the ETs are there to tell me, yes, sir. You probably got a lot of, get your binoculars or your night vision goggles and check it out. They got an eye on you, and they are not going to let any nuclear launch, so don't you worry. You already heard about Trump. That was a true story, that he wanted to do a nuclear launch or threaten a nuclear launch to Iran to try to mean business, and they shut them down. Everybody says, "Is there any question for me?" And I am sure is when. Don't worry, you guys. What did I tell you when he first got in? I said he won't last out 2026. 2026 is the big thing. I can't tell you exactly when, but I feel it's coming up now. Look at where we are now compared to where we were before. So please hold on and know this too shall pass. What will be the lowest point for us this year? Well, I think by June we're pretty much done with it. By June we're pretty much done with it. I see the economy kind of doing a somersault. You know, the stock market doesn't determine what's really going on. Because, you know, stock market suddenly went up, almost back up to 50. Can you believe that? But people are seeing it. You guys are seeing it at the grocery stores. You can't tell me you don't see it. You're seeing it at the gas station. And you know what? I was surprised. I took my youngest son down to his brother so they could game with his cousin. And it was Saturday. And the traffic was busy, and I thought, Jesus, all these people are paying an arm and a leg for gas, and everybody. I thought it might be a little, you know, calmer. Who wants to be out when you're paying that much? But it's not affecting people doing their thing, which is good. I see a huge win for Democrats and progressives. And let me tell you, a lot of these old timers are going, including Schumer. They will be going. If I see good people just stepping in saying, I'm running against Schumer. And then boom, that person just is a shock. I see Fetterman get going. There's going to be so many people just done with Fetterman. He might be impeached. He knows it too. I know. I was so sad that we have a 250-year celebration, and guess who's representing us? Yuck. But you know what? You saw his big event at the golf course. Nobody showed. You saw his didn't he have a birthday parade, and it was ridiculous. It was awful, and hardly anybody came. He's like the man where nobody will show up for the party. I know that soccer thing or whatever they're supposed to do. And then he had the astronauts at the White House. And you know the reason they went is because they need money from the White House. They didn't go because they like him. And he says, you know, I could have been an astronaut. I could be oh my God. Yeah, I love it. I love it. King of Sweden turned 80 and had a birthday party on Thursday. There were many royalties, but no one from England. Why not? Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't even know if Sweden invited England. I feel like they're upset with England. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so the MAGAs are finally waking up, you guys. That we know, okay? So I don't want you to be frightened. And I want you to know we're going to be okay. And I want you to put a big bubble of well-being around you. And just stand and wait for it. Just stand and wait for it. My daughter just told me her car was 300 something for the yearly, DMV. It went up to $433, over $100 for her registration for her vehicle. I remember every year, that's why I used to be glad another year passed, because my registration would go down. So we'll see what mine is this year. But she said, that damn Newsom. So I don't know. I don't know. California is desperately trying to get money somewhere because we're on our own. We get another fire, we're on our own. We're not getting any money from the government. This FEMA thing is really going to hit Americans hard, and that's when people are like done with him. More so. That's when every MAGA will say, you know, they're not bringing anybody in here to help us. But neighbor will help neighbor. That's the cool thing. Everybody helps everybody. And that's when you get rewarded from the room. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to be on with Mel tomorrow. And I'll get my members your schedule for me. And I need to do probably next week, and I'll do the giveaways for June. And so I will talk to you all later. Cheers. Whoops. Is this turned off yet?